Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I wanted to come on and talk about what good diets you've been on. The last video I did, if you missed it, go back and check it out because I talked about fad diets, bad diets. See what I did there? Oh my gosh. And just some really terrible things that women have been told to do to their bodies. Yes, I'm guilty just like everybody else in terms of trying some of these things out. But I want you to tell me about some good diets that you've been on or health changes that you have made, nutrition changes that you have made that you feel really, really good about. So pop them in the comments below. We can chat about it and why it's been helpful. Sometimes women, will shift something and they're like, I'm not sure why this helped, but I feel like it did, and we can talk about it. So some of these things when I talk about nutrition for women, of course, my specialty is nutrition that matches women's hormones, talking about estrogen, progesterone in the system. I talk about fertility, perimenopause, menopause, what the body needs throughout its life cycle, right? And my book, The Female Fat Solution, is on Amazon that you can pick up. I also have a podcast, The Female Health Solution. And, I'm working on some other books and things and stuff. I'm so excited. But I really want to kind of dive into and talk about good dietary changes. So if you've got some good dietary changes, it can be something as simple as, hey, I started taking a probiotic and it's awesome. I love it. And I noticed a change in my health overall. Or I started eating more greens, or I stopped going to Taco Bell every day. Whatever it is, pop it in the comments. I want to know. Here are a few things that I know for right away that work for a ton of women in terms of shifting things, getting more energy, better sleep, noticing a difference in their health right away. It's because eating for your hormones can take a little time. That's not something that usually turns around overnight, right? So when we're looking at something, oh my gosh, is what I'm doing helping? Is what I'm doing making a positive difference? It can be really hard to know. But you want to notice that, okay, what I'm doing is good for my body. If you're going through a detox of some kind, and I'll do a video later on like detox, what that is, what that does, how it can feel sometimes. But there's good things that happen, but it can just be a little rough on your system. So I'm not talking about anything like that, but what are some health changes that make a difference? The one thing that I always talk about for women is protein pacing. Yes, protein pacing, spacing out your proteins throughout the day so you're getting more protein total. Protein is one of the one of the number one nutrients I find that women are missing, just not getting enough of at all, not even close. And we're so focused on, oh, I'm going to eat salad, I'm going to eat healthy and clean and not eat too much fat, or, oh, that's got sugar in it. Okay, fine, right? But if you're not getting enough protein, you're not actually giving yourself energy. You're not actually giving your body what it really, really needs. So in terms of, yes, clean eating, and I'll write that down. I should say more positive things about that. It's not that clean eating isn't good, right? It's just everybody has a different definition, all these other things. People talk about clean eating, and some people see that as being a vegetarian. Some people, I don't eat anything processed. I only eat whole food, everything, only in its whole food form. And I'm like, okay, cool, awesome. But I'm a realist as well, meaning to get the protein numbers that I need and for the lifestyle I have to have some tools. So I use protein shakes, I use protein bars, I use things like that are technically processed, right? But they're processed in the best way possible, and it's as healthy and clean for the body. Products that I use are also, they don't have any artificial ingredients. So when I talk about clean eating, I talk about whole food as much as possible, minimally processed. And if it is processed, it is all natural ingredients, no artificial colors, no artificial sweeteners, no artificial ingredients. That's where things kind of get muddled there. So I did a video earlier, if you guys missed it too, where we talked about food labels and reading into that. But if you've got questions on that, let me know, because that's one of the things when we talk about clean eating that can be really tough. And that's why I kind of roll my eyes when I talk about it, or because I hear it from women all the time. They're like, I'm eating clean, or I did Whole30 and it was great, or I felt good, but I didn't lose any weight, or I lost some weight, but I felt horrible. Like, ugh, right? So that's why I love protein pacing, because it gives you so much energy that much faster. Clean eating, when you're eliminating things that are not good for you, that helps you feel better faster too. But overall, the goal of all this stuff is not just to drop weight right away. For women don't lose weight the same way men do, right? We aren't just going to notice a drop on the scale first. We're going to notice we have more energy, we're sleeping better, or we have better vitality, right? You feel better first. And you notice a change in inches. Your inches come down. So for women, one of the things to focus on is we'll just call it an increase in your overall health. If our body's not healthy enough, it can't get to sustain a healthy weight. That's a big thing first, right? Of course we want the scale to go down. Of course we want all these other things to happen. But if your body's not healthy enough to sustain it, it literally can't happen for us. So let's keep that in mind and focus on that. But yeah, drop below in the comments any dietary changes that you've made that you feel like were really, really good, that were positive shifts for you, because again, share this with other women. There's a lot of women who don't know that there's tiny little things that they can do to really help, again, increase their overall health and then get a better result and keep it from there. The 12-week program that I have, I take women through eating for their hormones and their cycle, protein pacing, carb cycling, intermittent fasting, just to make sure your body is revved up and processing everything as it should be as much as possible. Getting it to function better and getting you to feel better. Those are the two main things. You feel better, you function better, you're able to get to and keep your results. So that's what I got for you guys today. Let me know if you have questions. I'll pop a link below where you can schedule a call with me. Otherwise, I'll see you later and have a great night.